Welcome back to Combat Sports Weekly. We finally got a full table, so let's go ahead and get it started. Round table time, guys. Introducing first, James Lindemuth, 6:10 a.m. When can people catch you?
Well, I do a show or a segment at 5:35 on Thursdays, and I'm their MMA analyst, so I'll call in regularly as well.
Yeah, thanks for always being here, man.
As always.
Screen right, Ed Nunez, also 6:10 a.m. time, and the radio show people can catch you on.
On the mic with Mike Adams, Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Pleasure to have you on.
You bet, Jorge.
Screen right again, Micah Frankel. You might remember him from such websites as Cage Minds, MMA.com. What else are you on, man?
Also, you can find me at Red Menace TV, and we have the DC Life Uncensored at CageMinds.com.
Yeah, a lot to cover on this one. Boxing, not so exciting boxing news, and also some MMA. Let's jump right into the MMA. Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. I want your guys' predictions for this one. This is a huge fight that we've been waiting for months, just weeks upon weeks upon weeks of hype. Mike, I'm going to start with you.
This is the biggest featherweight fight in the history of the UFC. This is the biggest fight that Aldo's been in forever, the most dangerous opponent, and I think he rises to the occasion and shuts up McGregor and hits him with knockout, hits him hard with a knockout, gets that win in the third round. But I wouldn't be surprised it could go the other way with McGregor knocking him out, depending on how much that right hand forward and catching the jab, distracts Aldo.
Do you feel McGregor can pull it off? If so, when?
When, I'm still thinking it's one of them's getting knocked out between the second and fourth round. I don't see it getting to the fifth.
Ed?
You know what? This fight is more of a referendum on Jose Aldo because the injury, Dana White even kind of threw him under the bus saying that maybe he would have fought, he should have fought with that injury. So during the time off, McGregor a heavy 2-1 favorite. So is it a referendum on Aldo, and McGregor's trying to say he's old. He's not even 30 yet. So this fight's very much about a lot of things for Jose Aldo to lose here, I believe. But again, McGregor, the heavy favorite. I think I'm going to go with Micah and say that Jose Aldo's going to get this, pull this off.
James?
There's the way that I broke it down, because I see this fight as being so close, is I kind of looked at their tail of the tape as far as who they've fought and who they've beat. If you look at the guys that Jose Aldo has beat, Chad Mendes twice. I mean, Uriah Faber, he's got a hit list of people that he's beat. You look at Conor McGregor, while it's still impressive, it's not the same. I got Jose, and I got him winning by decision, though. I don't see Conor getting knocked out.
All right, you got Jose decision. What was your official prediction?
I've got Jose decision.
And Micah had two predictions.
Yeah, Jose.
Someone's getting knocked out there. Either guy's winning, it's by knockout. He gets the decision. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning toward Jose a little bit here, this one as well. I think the break actually suits him instead of all the hype behind, Conor McGregor, and the hype kind of eased up, but nonetheless, still pretty big fight.
There's not a microphone that McGregor doesn't love.
No,
by the way.
It's also been time for Aldo to get McGregor out of his head. That's very important.
We jump right into the next topic, guys. Peter Quillin versus Danny Jacobs. I want you guys' predictions. Pretty big fight in this weight class for the two of the guys. Barclays Center doesn't get bigger than that unless you're fighting at Madison Square Garden, I guess.
Both Brooklyn-based fighters, and if you look at Daniel Jacobs, he had, he had cancer. He's out of the game for 18 months.
Right.
They don't call him the Miracle Man for nothing. But I'll tell you what, Kid Chocolate, Peter Quinlan, that guy is tough as they come. I'd like to say, for me, I want to pick Jacobs just because of what he's gone through. But you know what? The edge and the fierce and ferocity fighting style belongs to Quinlan, so I'm going to go with him.
Yeah. James?
When was the last time you saw two guys with this kind of power? Get into it. It's rare that you see something like that where two guys that just have straight raw power. For me, it's going to be whoever can take because one of them is going to get knocked down at one point. Now, whoever is able to get back up and sustain that, I think is going to win the fight. I see Quillin just outlasting Jacobs. I see Quillin going down in the first 3 or 4 rounds, getting back up, surviving, and knocking out Jacobs late in the 8th or the 9th.
Oh, that's quite a prediction that you got there. I mean, that's pretty deep, and it's virtually a coin flip between the two guys. Micah, I know you've seen both guys fight a couple of times.
I've seen both guys fight a couple times. I've seen more out of Quinlan, so I do believe that he takes the decision, gets the victory. I've seen more well-rounded skills, and I've seen Jacobs get hurt several more times. So I'm thinking I've seen more defense and power out of Quinlan of a complete game.
And I think this fight also for Peter Quillin, I guess it takes away, the one thing the haters have against him, that he hasn't fought top competition. I mean, here is Danny Jacobs, a champion, a guy, making, I believe, his second, third defense of this belt. And again, the fight is a coin toss, and I essentially feel like it's exactly just as that.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Peter Quillin fight a top guy, correct me if I'm wrong, since maybe Hassan Endam, who gave him hell. Endam was down 4 times in that fight, and Quillin showed a lot of heart And I hope he shows a lot of that here with this Jacobs fight, because essentially a lot of us are looking for him to be an elite guy at that 160-pound weight class that maybe he could take on someone like Gennady Golovkin or something like that.
Down the line.
We move on and stay with boxing. What are your guys' thoughts on the Wladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury? I mean, I want to call it a snooze fest, but I hate calling fights that, especially when you know these fighters are hoping, you're hoping giving their all into it. But it didn't seem we got all that Wladimir Klitschko could give that night.
Well, I mean, but when was the last time you saw a really super exciting Wladimir Klitschko fight? I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's not a knock against him. The guy's been a great champion. He's been a winner, but it's not like he's going out there and just laying people out. I saw a Wladimir Klitschko that I felt like didn't even want to be in there. Like he looked disinterested. He looked bored. And Fury went out there, wanted to do something. Well, and it was one of the sloppiest fights that I've seen in a long time. But Fury did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Walked away with it. And you could tell he was worried about the decision, though. Being that it was in Germany and being that it did go all 12, even though I thought Fury had it easily, you could tell he was worried by the look on his face.
No, definitely. You're always worried when a fight goes to its decision, especially in Germany, where Klitschko has fought so many times. What did you think about the fight?
You know what? Let's look at it like this. He hadn't lost since 2004. Let's remember that. Klitschko had not
10
lost.
years.
Now, the other thing is Tyson Fury 6'9". So Klitschko just couldn't punch down and impose his will. And I thought when he got clocked with a couple of roundhouse lefts, it kind of shook him up a little bit. He didn't know what to do. And he was taken to the woodshed by his own brother Vitaly Klitschko after the fight, saying, "Hey, you let this guy come in and impose his will on you. You're the champ." So I think I agree with James too that he didn't look like he wanted to be there, and I don't know why. It didn't seem like he had the heart for it anymore. But Tyson Fury, we mentioned this. I mean, singing Armageddon after the fight. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I've seen Cassius Clay. I shook up the world. I've seen different ring celebrations. Johnny with the flips. I've never seen anything like that. I could not stop laughing for about a half an hour. I'm serious. That was unique.
Yeah.
That really was.
I mean, the singing was terrible.
You know
Let's be honest. The singing was worse than the boxing,
Listen,
and that's a big thing.
takes a while.
Yeah, that guy's unglued, man. There's something wrong with that guy anyway. But he's funny. He's entertaining. You can't turn away.
He definitely is. Micah, your thoughts on the fight? Obviously, as an MMA perspective here.
It was another one of those great lead-ups to a fight with a lot of crazy trash talk, and this guy has got under my skin, and I really want to whip him. I heard stuff like that from Klitschko on, I think, Jim Rome, and then he came out there and didn't want to throw a punch. So I'd say this goes up there with Mayweather and Pacquiao. A great sell job that didn't have much with it, and it did a lot, though, for every other heavyweight boxer out there. You got to have a lot of hope if you're thinking, this is our undisputed champions?
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
This?
And that's kind of scary. Let's
Left
hope,
a lot of holes.
Let's hope guys like Deontay Wilder and England's Anthony Joshua can come up the ranks to ultimately win. But that'll do it for us. We're out of time. Make sure you guys stick around. We'll see you next week.